Just wanted to come back and say hello. Some of you have been on the trail for the whole time. No more debates. No more naps.
Will you accept the results of the election?
You know, it was horrifying what he said on the debate stage tonight. You know, our country's been around for 240 years. And, you know, we are a country based on laws. And we've had hot, contested elections going back to the very beginning. But one of our hallmarks has always been that we accept the outcomes of our elections. We do the best we can to have free and fair elections, which we do. And somebody wins and somebody loses. So what he said tonight is part of his whole effort to blame somebody else for his campaign and for where he stands in this election. As I said, whenever he is losing, he says the system, whatever the system is, whether it's you know, being in court about Trump University or losing the Iowa caucus and the Wisconsin primary or losing Emmys, for goodness sakes, he says that it's rigged against him. And
how did you feel? How did you feel when he said, you know, nasty woman, and you're a puppet, and the issue of Vladimir Putin?
Yeah, I just didn't pay any attention to that. I was very concerned that even now, after 17 intelligence agencies in our government, both military and civilian, have confirmed that Russia has engaged in cyber attacks against Americans, that he refused to admit that it's true and condemn it for what it is, which is a blatant effort to try to interfere in our elections.
Well, WikiLeaks, though, from your praise for Goldman Sachs bankers to Podesta calling Bernie Sanders a doofus, will make it harder for you, if you win, to rally the liberal base around your agenda and your appointment?
Not at all. Bernie Sanders is out there working hard every day to get me elected. I'm looking forward to working with everybody in our party. But as I said in the closing, which they gave us at the last minute, I'm reaching out to all Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and independents. I want to summon every American to, you know, use his or her talents and energy and ambition to really help our country, and that's what I'm going to be.
Are you worried about? Are you worried about violence?
Or are supposed to, if they are found to have?
You know, I know nothing about this. I'm not, you know, I can't deal with every one of his conspiracy theories. But I hope you all have something to eat and something to drink on the way back to New York. Thank you.
How did Chris Wallace do?
He did very well. He did very well.
Leading the questioning, that was Hillary Clinton. You saw our campaign manager, Robbie Mook, to one side, and behind that, Mr. Podesta, who's...
Could you make out the last question where she responded and said she couldn't keep up with all his conspiracy theories? I couldn't make out what that last question was.
Yeah, I couldn't
hear it.
The cluster of questions was about violence or what you know.
Andrea's, I think, can hear us. Andrea, what was that last question? Was that last question about Chris Wallace, Andrea?
Yeah, the last question was a question.
You guys, let's make room for the...
No, it was a question from Josh Gerstein, I think, from Politico. The question was about whether or not, as Trump said, the Clinton campaign was behind some of the protests at rallies. It was a question about, you know, what have been conspiracy theories and actually a heavily edited video claiming that the Clinton people had staged some of the protests and violence at Trump rallies. And she said, I can't keep up with all of his conspiracy theories.
Okay.
So
Andrea,
that was the gist of it. But
Thank
obviously a lot of confidence here on the Clinton campaign.
Thank you as well for forcing me to explain to our viewers that we're not unsafe people, but standing for takeoff and landing on a charter aircraft is perfectly common. Terribly unsafe. Don't try this.
But let me join with Hillary Clinton in telling Andrea Mitchell that I hope she has something to eat and drink on the flight back to New York.
Yes, we want that for
Andrea,
all
you've
of our
been working
people.
for 22 straight hours today.
Oh, it's
Please
unbelievable.
eat and drink before you get here.
We know we bought you a seat on that aircraft. Please sit down and use it. We are going to continue our conversation with Chris Matthews, who's heading up our coverage in Las Vegas. Chris?
Well, thank you, Brian, and thank you, Rachel. What a great night. We're here again on the campus of UNLV, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, after the third and final presidential debate. And between, well, of course, between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, a lot of information for everybody here. After 90 minutes of insults, harsh rhetoric, and playing to their bases, the night ended without a handshake. Did you notice that? Between the two-party nominees. Trump called Clinton a liar, unfit for office, and a nasty woman. That was pretty strong. Clinton accused Trump of engaging in scare rhetoric, choking during his meeting with the Mexican president, and her words again, inciting violence at his rallies.